Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a bit different from what I usually do. Today's going to be a what's in my bag video. And I actually wanted to do this one for a while. There are a few reasons for that. Number one is I myself actually love watching those kinds of videos on YouTube. It's kind of always interesting to see what other people are using, why, it's almost like you peek into their brain a little bit and see how they approach things. The second reason is that this bag actually contains everything that I use for creation of my photos and my videos. So if you're wondering what kind of gear I'm using, it's all going to be in this video in this bag. And number three, I figured it's going to be interesting for myself to actually come back to this video in a couple of years and actually see what changed. Because there are a few things here that I'm not entirely happy with. So I'm going to be probably changing them in the future. And so it's going to be interesting to come back to this video and take a look. Just want to add that all this gear here is actually mine. I bought it for my own money. Not sponsored by any of the brands here. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to start with the bag itself. This here is the bag that I take with me on all my travels. This is a Lowepro ProTactic 450. It's a pretty big bag. I've been using it for a year and a half now. I'm pretty happy with it. It's very durable, very sturdy. It holds all my gear. It fits in the overhead compartment in the plane, so it's a great bag. There's only a couple things I don't really like about it. Number one, as you can see, it's kind of made like a shell. It's great for actually securing your gear, but it can't expand it. I hike a lot, and sometimes I would hike for 6 to 8 hours straight. And I want to take snacks, I want to take maybe changes of clothes or some sort of warmer clothes. So I wish it was a little bit bigger, or at least expandable in some way. And the second thing I don't really like about it is a heavy bag. So the bag itself, just the bag with no gear, is well over 2 kilos. And that doesn't sound like much maybe, but when you carry this thing around for hours, you start to really feel it. So I wish the bag itself could be a little bit lighter. So this here, on this side of the bag, is my tripod. So let's put this for a second. So this is the Mi Photo tripod, the color one, the red one. It's not carbon fiber, it's aluminum, but it's still pretty lightweight. It's pretty durable. I never had any issues with it. It survived anything I threw at it for the last 2 years. The only thing I replaced is the ball head because the old one actually broke down. So I bought this Oben BE 117 ball head instead and been using it ever since. So there's that. Okay, let's open the bag. Alright, starting off with my camera gear. This here is my main camera that I use for stills. This is Canon 80D and a Sigma 18-35 lens attached to this. This is my workhorse. I use this combination for 95% of my shots. This is not a full frame camera, but I've been toying with the idea of buying a full frame camera and just never found a compelling enough reason to do that because this does this job just fine. The dynamic range is very nice. The quality of images is very nice. It's weather sealed, and I do all my majority of my shots using tripod, so low light performance and ISO is not a problem for me. And the Sigma 18-35, this is a brilliant lens. I absolutely love it. The image quality is superb. The sharpness is superb. It's a brilliant lens. Very happy with this camera. The only thing that I'm not happy about is the video capabilities. It doesn't shoot 4K. And I'm actually gradually switching to using 4K all the time. So I'm starting to look at something that I can use for both stills and video. Because right now I only using this for stills. But other than that, it's a great camera. The other lens I have for this camera is this telephoto lens. This is Canon 55-250. It's okay. I can't say it's a great lens, but it does the job, especially considering the price. I bought it used for $150. So for that kind of money, this is great. So I use it for sports. It gives a nice magnification. And for landscapes, whenever I want to kind of zoom in into some intimate detail of the landscape, use this lens. Does the job. And pretty happy about it as well. It's not very sharp, but you know, for the money, and it's very lightweight. It's like very light, so that's also a plus. I also have a wide lens, which is not right here in this bag right now. That's Canon 11 to 18 lens. It's a pretty decent lens. I just found out that it's kind of smooth on the edges, so I'm not sure if that's a problem with my copy of the lens or just with the lens in general. But yeah, whenever possible, I prefer to use the Sigma, but sometimes I would use this wide-angle lens. Right here, I have my filter pouch. This pouch is super handy, and it came with a bag, so very nice of Lowepro to put it in. Inside, I have my filters. I don't use the square filter system like Lee because I find it to be bulky and expensive, and it just seems like a lot of hassle to mount it and unmount it all the time. I prefer the screw-on filters instead. This here is my 6-stop ND filter. It's okay. I use it for any sort of situation when I want a longer shutter speed. Then there's the polarizer. This is actually what I think you should have in your bag at all times if you're doing landscapes. Whenever you're dealing with reflections, this helps. Whenever you're dealing with a bright midday sun, you want to bring out more contrast, this is a lifesaver, so I have it with me all the time. Also, a couple of step-up rings. I use this all the time to actually mount filters on all of my lenses without the necessity to buy additional filters. Super handy, super useful, and super cheap. You can get those on Amazon. It costs like nothing. I have a bunch of filters here for my vlogging camera. So I have 3 stops, 6 stops, and 9 stops, and it's very useful when you want to achieve the 1/50th shutter speed. So that's the filter pouch. Right next to it is the battery pouch, which holds like additional batteries for my Canon and for my vlogging camera. And that's pretty much all I have for stills. There's a couple things here that are not directly related to just photography. For example, this here is the headlamp. Whenever you hike for sunrise or after sunset, you want to have this thing with you, especially if you hike in the mountains or anywhere where there's uneven terrain. You don't want to break your leg in the darkness or get lost or anything like that. This is a must-have, so buy once, try once, have it in your bag. There's obviously the my cleaning kit. So here I have the blower, just to clear the sensor, and a couple of sensor cleaning swabs. So yeah, keep it with me all the time. There's lens cloth and things like that. Right, coming over to the video side. Right here, this is my drone. This is the Mavic Pro, first generation now. I love this, especially coming from Spark. The responsiveness of this thing, the range, and the image quality, and the flight time is awesome. Love this drone. The only problem I have with it is, for some reason on Mavic only, they don't have it on Mavic Air or any other DJI drones. You actually have to tap the screen to focus, and this is a real pain in the butt because I keep forgetting that. And the other thing is the gimbal here is pretty flaky. It actually broke once already on me, and so I had to send this for repair. The turnaround was just 1 week, and I got back the entirely new drone, so that's fine. Drone controller, nothing too special about that. Additional batteries for my drone, always have them with me. This here is actually my solution for carrying additional SD cards. So you just kind of screw on 2 lens caps, and inside there you have the cards. Over here, this is the 4K camera. It's actually an equivalent of GoPro 5, just a lot cheaper. Really little camera. I don't always take it with me because I use it like for things like underwater shoots or maybe like mounted on my car. But yeah, nice to have in certain situations. And then finally I have this, this is my power bank, which is Anker power bank. I have it with me all the time. I can charge my iPhone with this. I can charge my batteries for my vlogging camera with this. It's useful to have something like this just in case. In here I would usually have my laptop, because there is a very nice kind of pocket for the laptop over here. And that pretty much just leaves my vlogging camera that's filming it right now. So let me just switch it over to my Canon so I can show you what I'm using mainly for my video. Alright, let's go. Alright, so I'm filming on the Canon right now, and this is the camera that I filmed the first part of the video with. This is my main camera for video. This is Panasonic Lumix G7. It's a great little camera. It's very lightweight. It does 4K. It does 50 frames per second. It's not the very best of the cameras, but it does the job, and I use it for video all the time. I have the 12 to 60 lens over here, which I bought with the body. So this lens gives me enough range for the majority of shots that I want to do. But I also just recently got this little lens. This is a 25mm lens, which is a 50mm equivalent in full frame. f1.7. So I'm gonna be using this for like more close-ups, to throw the background into the blur. Also for low light situations, this is gonna be great. So nice little lens, not very expensive. So, and you know, this lens and this lens just give me all the coverage that I pretty much need for my video work. And now finally, this is my second tripod. This is Joby GorillaPod. This is a great little tripod. I use it all the time with this Panasonic camera. It's very versatile. You can pretty much mount it anywhere, so I use that. I also use that for vlogging, so you can kind of like, so you take the camera, you put it on this little tripod, and you can use it like this for vlogging. Just a couple more accessories. First off, I have this clip. This is a Peak Design clip, and you can actually use it to put the camera so that you don't have to carry the camera on your neck all the time or in your bag and then have to go to the bag every time. So you clip it over here, and it just right here where you can reach it. Super handy. So that's one. And the other one is actually this thing I have on my hand. It's actually just a round piece of cloth that looks like this. And so its main use is basically you can use it as a bandana. Pretty sure you guys seen me use this in one of my videos, so super handy, especially sunny weather. You want to protect your head. Super nice. In winter you can actually use it as a mask, so you just put it over your head and just closes your nose and mouth. But also, this is a very nice lens cloth. And more importantly, you can also use it as a rain protection. So my camera is actually weather sealed, but when it's raining I still prefer to put this on. And because it has openings on both sides, you can have your lens here and your camera controls over here. Super nice, doesn't cost a lot, and it's very handy to have. I also use the microphone for my video recording. This is Rodeo Micro, I believe it's called. It's like 45 euros on Amazon. Super cheap, and the sound quality is pretty decent. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I have for today. I'm gonna be putting the links for all these items into the description below. If you want to check them out, these are affiliate links. It's gonna help me a ton if you use them. It's not gonna add anything to your bill. So yeah, if you're in the market for some of the stuff, feel free to use those. And other than that, I hope this has been useful. I hope you got something interesting out of this video. And thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to see you next time.